Next up in today's independent music. Good morning, everyone. In case it's not morning where you're at, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I'm your host, Anthony Longhair Leclair, and I'm joined by my fabulous co-host, the marvelous Marla the Mouse McHardy.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome, all, to Music Mysteries. We gotta sort out some sort of intro for this show.
We really do.
Today's question is brought to you by a dear friend of mine, Mr. Alex Hartwig.
Ooh.
Yeah, who you know.
Yes,
also.
I do. I also know.
Yeah, I've known him longer. He's mine. At any rate, today's question is super interesting, I think, and has the potential to be quite difficult, which I'm very excited to hear your answers to this. So, if you were on a deserted island that, like, I guess had a record player or an MP3 player or a CD player and the ability to play all this, people never mention how the fuck you can listen to it, but if you were on a deserted island and you could only take 5 albums with you.
5.
Very good. Visual aids help the audience.
Yeah, they do. You're welcome.
Which 5 albums would you take or have waiting there for you while you sat there alone till the end of time? Till the end of time.
See, it's interesting because I think I already have a couple answers for this one.
I thought you might.
Yeah. I'm gonna say...
You're wrong. I don't know.
How am I wrong? It's my opinion.
Everyone's entitled to their own wrong opinion. You say that.
Yeah, I do say that. But this isn't a question that you can be wrong at, because you're just saying albums that you like.
No, you could. It's like saying your favorite movie is Pearl Harbor. You're just wrong.
Okay, that's true. Yeah, like if I said something that was like Nickelback, then I'd be wrong. But I'm not going to say that, so...
So you are going to say...
What I am going to say, the first one will shock you.
Fleetwood Mac. Rumors.
How the fuck did you know?
1975?
It's like you read minds or something. No.
78.
No.
Shit. It's in the 70s.
77.
Ah, fuck, whatever. The fact that I knew the first bit, come on now.
Yeah.
How good am I at this game?
But yeah, anybody who knows me even remotely well knows that I have a long-standing obsession with Fleetwood Mac. And so that is probably my favorite Fleetwood Mac album, because it's the very first album of theirs that I ever listened to, and it's, I guess, yeah, it would be their most famous album, too. It's up there, I think, in one of the best-selling albums of all time, which is interesting.
It's in the top 10, is it?
I think so. Yeah, it's definitely up there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in the top 10. But yeah, every song on that album is good. Every song on that album is good. I can't, like, highly recommend that one enough. Number 2. Okay. And these are in no particular order, by the way.
Scandalous.
Number 2 would be... I'm gonna have to go with Graham Nash, Songs for Beginners.
Shock.
Yeah, which is another one of my absolute favorite albums of all time. And if anybody here has listened to Crosby, Stills, and Nash and Young, sometimes, CSN and
occasionally
sometimes
when
Y.
he's not being a dick.
Yeah.
When he's not too high up on himself and he wants to sing with other folk.
But yeah, so Graham Nash.
Was that good? Was that accurate?
That was pretty good.
Thanks.
He's also from the Hollies, too.
I've been practicing. Neil Young's from the Hollies?
No, Graham Nash is from the Hollies.
I was like, get the fuck out of here. Could you imagine him singing on the Hollies? Last stop, wet day, he's there, I say. Please share my umbrella. Sorry, Jenny. I know that you're a big Neil Young fan. I love Neil Young. It's just... Well, I don't love him, but I mean, I like Neil Young.
We do this in jest.
Yeah.
It's all in jest. But yeah, that's
no,
like...
this is what I ingest.
This is what I ingest.
Don't kid yourself, there's vodka in that.
It's tea. Vanilla Earl Grey, if you want to get specific.
Vanilla because of the vanilla Smirnoff in it. Okay, what's number 3?
Number 3, but yeah, Graham Nash Songs for Beginners is number 2 because beautiful album, some of the best songwriting I can think of. It's just beautiful, and I also can't recommend that album highly enough. If you've never listened to it, take 40 minutes of your life and sit down and listen to it, because it's the album that really, like, actually changed the way I think about how you write songs. Like, it's beautiful. But anyways,
I bet I know what number 3 is.
What?
Do you already have it in your mind?
I do, actually.
I know what one of the next 3 is.
What do you think it is?
Graceland by Paul Simon.
No, it isn't on that list.
I'm a bad boyfriend.
That one isn't actually on the list.
If you had a top 10.
I mean, yeah, okay, that one might be on there.
Might. Shit.
I don't know. Like,
you talk about it so fucking often.
I like that album, but it's like, there is albums out there that I do enjoy more than that one.
Yes, there are.
Yeah, I realized that after I said it, but thank you, Grammar Nazi, for correcting me.
Whoa. I'm not putting you in any sort of ghetto. I'm not throwing you in a chamber. I'm just correcting.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's a turn of phrase. I don't actually mean you're a Nazi.
Bad turn of phrase.
Yeah. Forget I said that.
Forget you said what?
Thank you.
That you called me? No, I'm kidding.
But
number 3.
Yes, number 3 would be it would be number 3 would be
Would it?
It would be Joel Plaskett 3. And the reason being
because it has 3 albums.
Yeah, it's a triple album. There's 33 songs on there. A, I love Joel Plaskett, and B, that gives me a hell of a lot more music to listen to. So it's both a personal and strategic choice, because I freaking love Joel Plaskett.
Don't worry, I have one of those in my list.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I only have 2 left. Shit. See, now we're getting down to the wire here. So this is, like, actually kind of difficult. Mm-hmm. So we got Fleetwood Mac, we got Graham Nash, we got Joel Plaskett. Another one I would say would be number 4.
Visual aids.
Number 4 would probably be... I'd have to throw a Joni Mitchell album in there, because of how much I love Joni Mitchell.
Which one?
That's what I'm deciding. Because, yeah, I would probably say... Yeah, no, I'd probably still go with Court and Spark, which is, like, probably one of my favorite Joni Mitchell albums. So so that would be number 4. It would be Joni Mitchell, Court, and Spark. So number 5, we only have 1 left. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. Number 5 would probably have to be... I would say, because they're like, I could throw so many things on there, and now I'm having like a crisis because it's like I'm down to 1. So
that's what makes this all so much fun.
I know, because now I'm forced to decide between the Beatles and Bowie.
I'm glad you brought that up, because in my mind I was shocked that you hadn't said David Bowie at all.
Yeah, I know. I mean, realistically, I could just sing the Beatles because I know a lot of Beatles songs. If I was wanting to listen to something, it would probably be David Bowie. And so I would put on
album?
Greatest Hits.
I figured.
Yeah, that'd be it.
So you cover the most ground in one go.
Yeah, exactly. That would be those are my choices. Fleetwood Mac, Rumors, Fleetwood Mac, Rumors, Graham Nash, Songs for Beginners, Joel Plaskett 3, Joni Mitchell, Court and Spark, and David Bowie, Greatest Hits. So those are my 5.
Sweet.
Yeah. Okay, what's your answer? Now I want to know.
Fuck. Okay, so no. Again, in no particular order, we'll go with. See, I'm gonna change my mind partway through all of these. I think probably. Mm-hmm. Okay, first easy one. First and foremost, if I'm allowed it as a collection because a trilogy, the Lord of the Rings soundtracks. If I'm only allowed 1, the Fellowship of the Ring. Okay,
I'll give you that one. Yeah.
You'll give me the Fellowship?
No, I would say, like, because I got a triple album, so I would say
and
the Lord of the Rings soundtracks, like, because you could get that as a box set.
Yeah,
so
and for anyone who is ignorant of this or just doesn't give a shit about high fantasy or whatever, the Lord of the Rings was originally, as a book, meant to be a single book.
Yeah.
So I feel like
So-
all 3 soundtracks for the 3 movies would count as the one anyway,
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
I'll give you that one.
Thank you. But even so, I would just settle for The Fellowship.
Okay.
But thanks for all 3. Because Howard Shore is the man. And
Yes.
I wouldn't be able to not listen to Concerning Hobbits ever again if I was on a deserted island. So that has to happen. So cool. So first and foremost, Lord of the Rings soundtracks. Second, okay. Alice Cooper's Greatest Hits. 1, because it's one of the first CDs I ever owned. Shout out to my brother and his ordering from Columbia House and then not giving enough of a fuck about a CD to give it to me. So I think Alice Cooper's Greatest Hits, because that's got No More Mr. Nice Guy, it's got School's Out, it's got $1 Billion Baby, Be My Lover, a lot of my favorite songs. It doesn't go into that hair metal-y 80s era of his, but it's got a good lot of hard rock and fun songs that I like. Ugh. Yeah, some of these are subject to change.
Yeah, see, I'm already, like, second-guessing some of my choices.
Simon and Garfunkel's Live at Central Park. Reason being, for the longest time, especially while I was in college, every time I would go home, because my dad stays up later than my mom, right? She goes to bed, he stays up online or watching movies or whatever else, or reading, whatever he's doing. And oftentimes, if I was home, he had the DVD to Live in Central Park, and we would just watch that, and we would sing every song all the way through, and I would do the Garfunkel parts that he didn't know, and then I do the Paul Simon parts that he didn't know. And so he would just go through whatever part he wanted to do in the song, and then I would just whatever. So like just wise, like if I was stuck on a deserted island for fucking ever and had to, and wanted to think of home, I would listen to that album, which I have on vinyl anyway, so I could just take it with me. But yeah, so okay, so Lord of the Rings, Simon and Garfunkel, Live at Central Park. It's difficult because there's a great number of musicians that I'm like, all these have to make it on there, but I don't think they can.
I know, I'm feeling that too. I'm just like, oh.
With David Bowie, he's got to be on there. And I'm debating because I love Station to Station as an album, and it has one of my very favorite David Bowie songs on it, which is Wild as the Wind, which is actually a Johnny Mathis song covered by David Bowie.
But it makes me cry every time. It's so beautiful.
Oh, yeah, it is gorgeous. But as you say earlier, I can sing that song, and I can just belt it to the nothingness of space while laying on a deserted island.
Yeah.
However, much harder to do Let's Dance and China Girl and Fashion and all that stuff. So I choose Let's Dance by David Bowie.
Well, there you go.
So we're at 3. So number fucking 4. I feel like some of this music is going to be music that it needs to happen because I need music to lift up my spirits enough to drive me to survive on a deserted island by myself till the end of time. Because while I do feel like we're eventually going, no matter what we want, to, that eternal pushing of daisies, we need to, or at least I always feel the need to survive. I think that's like a normal thing for people, for the most part. Most part. So, assuming I want to survive on this deserted island, not just listen to 5 albums until I die of exposure and starvation, but I'm motivated to actually keep myself going, that is what a lot of this is around, right? Not necessarily the music that I would just listen to always, because I'm typically I listen to a lot of sad music.
Yeah.
Because it fuels me and I love it and it's great, but I feel like if I needed the motivation to actually like fend for myself and feed myself, and
that's why I'm switching out one of my choices now. Because
now you're not. I'm giving my list and you can switch it out afterwards.
I will switch it out after.
This is my time.
Switched one of my choices.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Are you losing the Graham Nash?
No. Fuck no.
Joni Mitchell.
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to say that first, and I was like, no, there's no way.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, we'll get to that. So, number 4, there are one of 3 bands that need to fit in this, I think, and I just have to choose which one. Because it's either, Al's going to hate me for saying this, it's either going to be Aerosmith. He can't stand Steven Tyler's voice. Just fair. I know his dad can't fucking stand Steven Tyler's voice. I don't know if he really cares. I think he just makes fun of me because I listen to Aerosmith. Bryan Adams, which anyone will make fun of me for because it's Bryan Adams, but also, fuck you, it's Bryan Adams. Or Huey Lewis and the News. Now, the reason why these 3 have found themselves in the same spot in number 4 is because all 3 of them do a thing that lifts me up, but at the same time have certain songs that make me like, oh man, fuck yeah. You know? So, for example, Aerosmith has, Love in an Elevator, which is fucking dynamite song. They have some real bangers, Hey, bud.
Last Child.
Last Child is a great, you know what? But Last Child is that awesome song that allows me to like be pumped up, but also reflect on home, because a lot of what he's singing about, the feeling of that makes me think of home. So so that is a good example. But then there's also Crying, amazing. I know everyone's thinking, don't want to miss a thing, say that one, but like, fuck, whatever. It is a great song, but
it's kind of like
it's overplayed.
Overplayed.
Yeah. I would think more Full Circle is like my awesome ballad by Aerosmith that I love.
Yeah.
Bryan Adams, most of his songs are fucking ballads. It's not even true. It's just most of his most popular songs are ballads, aside from Summer of '69. But he's got some great hard rockin' songs. But Huey Lewis and the News, Sports,
is such a pump up album.
It's so good. It's got the heart of rock and roll.
Yeah.
And it's got If This Is It. Which is, so it has one of my favorite, like, pump-up songs of theirs and one of my favorite ballads of theirs on one album.
Yeah.
I wish it had Power of Love and Back in Time from Back to the Future, but you can't always get what you want. And no, I'm not putting Rolling Stones on any of my top 5.
Sorry, Dad.
Yeah, sorry, Dad. Wait, were you saying to your dad?
No, to your dad.
Oh, to my dad.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, I didn't realize your dad also listened to Stones. He doesn't seem like the...
No, my dad does listen to the Stones.
But not...
Yeah.
It's not like his...
Not like your dad, but...
Yeah, I didn't think so. I was
my
like...
dad also does appreciate the Stones.
Yeah, cool. I appreciate them. I'm just not going to put them on my top 5. I'm going to... This is going to surprise my family, make Al feel better, but still disappoint him. And I'm going to say Huey Lewis and the News, Sports.
I'm not shocked by this.
You didn't know what my childhood was like with Bryan Adams.
No, but like, I just know that like in your reasoning of wanting music to uplift you and you telling me about that album, I figured that would be the one you would choose.
You got a huge honker, bud. But now let me surprise you. Talking about music that's uplifting and so on and so forth. Number 5. It's one of... No, it's not even one of 2, because I don't have any metal on this list. And that's driving me fucking nutty. Because if I can't listen to metal ever again, I can sing a lot of it, but like, if I can't listen to metal again, I'm going to be like... So, my initial... If I was just going by like first thoughts and dropping albums in, I would have probably put Nevermind by Nirvana. Because Nirvana's fucking great.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like it, it's great. So shut up. But then I was like, maybe In Utero. Because that has Heart-Shaped Box on it, I'm pretty sure. Which I love. I think it also has Rape Me on it, which...
Yes, it does.
Is also one of my top Nirvana songs. Don't Care What You Think About Me.
Oh my god, people in their motorbikes
Everyone's fucking pulling the horn tonight out there. Holy fuck. Anyway, Nevermind has Smells Like Teen Spirit, which is a classic, right? But I could also do without hearing that. But it also has Polly. It also has Something in the Way, which is one of my favorite fucking Nirvana songs ever. 2 chords, that's the whole song, and is haunting. It's got the cellos come in, it's like that super 90s alt shit. It's like, it's so good. But then Collective Soul, and that hurts my heart not having them in there. But I can sing that shit till the cows come home, which they won't, because I'm on a deserted island, and what cows are going to swim to that? So then I'm going to throw away all of that. This is my process, by the way. My mental process is like, here are all the things I want. Now let's get rid of this, not shit, but like the stuff that I just like, I could do without, because I can sing it or whatever. And I'm going to go with And Justice for All by Metallica. Because it has To Live Is to Die, which is one of my top songs, with one of the best instrumental pieces that Metallica's ever done. Yeah, it's awesome. My buddy Mike can play it. And in the guitar book, it's like 5 parts, and he's like, yeah, it's like this. On one guitar, I'm like, fuck you. Shout out to Mike Grease. Mike's Custom Guitars. Check them out. MCG on, right? Mike, yeah? MCG on Instagram. Beautiful guitars.
Yeah, they're wicked.
Also,
they're so cool.
Also, if you're in the Deep River area, order from Long Shots because he and Cece, his wonderful wife, own the place and are still doing takeout and delivery. / when they open up, make sure you fucking go there. Great spot.
Great place, yeah.
Yeah, and the decor is awesome because it's filled with all of his own custom fucking guitars. Anyway, I think I'm gonna settle on that. I'd like to go Megadeth, but their mixes are too thin. Even the remasters are too thin, and I want something that's fuller to keep me going.
Yeah.
So, and Harvester of Sorrow is one of my very favorite songs by Metallica as well. And while I do love Wherever I May Roam, which is from the Black Album, which everyone hates, it's a great album, so shut up. So, Lord of the Rings. I'll settle for just the Fellowship, but you granted me the full scope, so
yes,
thank you.
I have a triple album on there, so.
Yeah, I didn't tell her that each soundtrack has 2 discs. And, and then Simon & Garfunkel, Live at Central Park. Mm-hmm. David Bowie, Let's Dance.
Yep.
Then Huey Lewis and the News, Sports. And Metallica's And Justice for All.
Nice. So I'm changing mine, but I'm changing one out of mine. And I realized I didn't put one of these on there, and I'm an idiot. So I'm taking out Joni Mitchell. Sorry, Joni, but I do need uplifting music. And I'm adding Tom Petty, Full Moon Fever, because I didn't add any Tom Petty on there.
Yeah,
which
I didn't
is
say anything.
Sacrilege, and I am ashamed of myself.
What's on Full Moon Fever?
Free Fallin', Won't Back Down.
I was playing that the other day.
Yeah.
I might play it on stream on Tuesday.
You should.
Stream Team Tuesdays, everybody.
Shout out.
Check out Leclair Studios on Facebook or on Twitch at twitch.tv/Leclair Studios every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stream Team Tuesdays. Also on CIMN, the Canadian Independent Music Network, that you can check out on live365.com.
So yeah, so my 5 would then be, we've got Fleetwood Mac, Rumors, Graham Nash, Songs for Beginners, Joel Plaskett 3, Tom Petty, Full Moon Fever, and then the 5th one was David Bowie, Greatest Hits.
Yeah. And just so you know, I'm sure this is the same for you. Tomorrow, this could be a completely different list of 5.
Oh, yeah.
So I can't believe I didn't put Bryan Adams in there. It's kind of spinning me out a bit. Mm-hmm. But like I have to go with the fewer ballads and go with Huey Lewis.
Yeah, that's fair.
But then I want the harder rock, so I want the Aerosmith because I have Simon & Garfunkel. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If we had a top 10, maybe we'll do that later someday.
Yeah.
But anyway, right now, here we are. So, those are our top 5 albums that we would take with us on a deserted island. What top 5 albums would you take? Let
us know.
Let us know in the comments. Send us your music questions. So, it doesn't matter how bizarre they are. If they're related to music, then send them our way. And if we take them on, we'll give you a shout out. We'll feature you on the podcast, and we will promote.
Shout out to Alex for the wicked question.
Thank you, Mr. Hartwig.
Thank you.
All right, so that's us. Do let us know in the comments below your top 5 albums you'd bring with you on a deserted island. And as Marla always loves to say,
we will see you guys later.
Swept Media. Get swept up in today's independent music.
I bet you have a big dick, bud.
Yeah, really.
Oh, just at 29 minutes.
Oh, beauty.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
This is perfect.